it was not something I expected. I fully believed he would probably reappoint a person with whom I share your affinity, David Friedman, who is a very dear friend. Our families have vacationed together the last 3 summers, in fact. We're very close.
Wow.
He was one of the very
like
first
that.
people who called
Okay.
me with not only congratulations and warmth, and he said the most positive things, but I think he wants to do something in the Trump administration, but maybe something that doesn't require him to be overseas full time. So we'll keep seeing him
Okay.
for sure. I was floored. I did not expect it. President Trump called. He told me, I want you to be the ambassador to Israel.
Wow.
And I'm looking forward to you saying yes. It's just a privilege. And I really feel it as a calling from above, to be able to be in this position at this very point of time when Israel needs to know that they have absolute friends who will not be behind them, because that means way behind them most of the time, but rather will be with them.
You've gotten a lot of criticism already for your views that Judea and Samaria, what the rest of the world typically calls the West Bank, is biblical heartland Israel. That, you know, I don't know if you've said it this way, but Tel Aviv isn't in the Bible, but Judea and Samaria very much is. This is much of where Jesus and the apostles spent his time, much less the Jews of the Old Testament. So what's your position on that? And more importantly, what's the president's position?
I can't speak wholly to the president's position, and of course, once I'm confirmed as ambassador, that's all I'll be able to speak to, because an ambassador doesn't get to put forth his own positions or plans. But I have been very clear through many, many years of my travels to and from Israel that I don't use the term West Bank, because that's a term that doesn't mean anything. I use the terms that are biblical, Judea and Samaria. I don't talk about occupied territory, because the only people who are occupying it are the people who have title deed to it for the past 3,500 years, when Abraham was handed this deed by God himself. So there are some things that, for me, as a person of the book who believes the Bible to be authoritative, that I don't have an option, but I have to stick to the biblical language, because that's the language that has survived history. And it really is the language that ought to be the framework for our understanding of this unique little piece of real estate, sort of a sliver in the midst of a territory surrounded by some who would love to see it disappear. All the more reason that we have to push back against that and the anti-Semitism that has been so prevalent, even in the United States, which is utterly disgusting. And that's why we need to show the people of Israel that they really do have friends in high places.